On today's Conversations with Leaders in CTRM Technology, we'll be talking to Tasja Botha, Brady. You'll want to stick around. Hello, I'm Patrick Reames with Comtech Advisory. Welcome back to our latest episode of Conversations with Leaders in CTRM Technology. Today, we're very pleased to have with us Ms. Tasja Botha, Managing Director of the Commodities Business within Brady. Tasja, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Patrick. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to see you again. It's always good to catch up.
Absolutely.
So for those that may not be familiar with Brady outside of the energy business that they have, can you kind of give us an overview of Brady's activities in the other commodities, metals, ags, et cetera? What's the markets? What's the capabilities? Who do you service?
Okay, very good question. Thanks. So Brady Technologies is providing commodity management as well as CTRM solutions to empower the market participants to trade both profitably and sustainability, but not just for today, but also into the future. Our heritage expands over 35 years, and we help companies who face commodity exposure to take challenges of opportunities arise in the market volatility, as well as the increase in margin calls, as well as therefore reducing their operating costs. Our customers are renowned multinationals, organizations who cross between derivatives traders, physical traders, and financial traders, as well as what I say the miners, producers, and manufacturers who really focus on what I'd say is base concentrates as well as precious metals. And then we also have customers in the agriculture cooperative space, where they really focus on bulk agriculture, physical trading side of things.
Right. You mentioned volatility. It's clearly a bit of a crazy market out there currently, given current events. But even outside of those current events, if you look back over the last year, 2 years, whatever, ESG has kind of been a top of the line concern for many market participants. I think there's clearly a growing movement towards managing ESG exposures. What's Brady doing to help those companies that are trying to manage their ESG exposures going forward?
It's a great question, Patrick. I think technology-driven businesses are key to help these negative fallouts. And I think it's key also to identify what's moving along your trade life cycle from original to transportation to the end point. These are all the key ESG movements, and Brady definitely supports that fact. I think the interesting fact here is also that pursuit of product traceability began back in the 30s, actually, when some European countries were aspiring to prove the origin of high-quality foods such as French champagne. Brady CTRM offers an exceptional inventory management model to help trace goods precisely, like confidence against trace location, attach the goods to voyage. Furthermore, they can assist the appropriate cost of value of goods at any stage. So cost of sales, cost of goods sold is really important. Trying to manage this without technology, I don't know how anyone could get that right, to be honest. And then on top of that, our customers, especially around the metals industry, are really building their plans around green transition. So recently, Brady partnered with another software vendor that helps provide commodity traders track their transition to low carbon economy. Participants who are able to quantify their trade portfolio carbon footprint and identify supply chains most at risk as these prices of carbon rises with a competitive advantage. So using this impact to understand your carbon footprint really helps your balance sheet and therefore drives trading profitability. So really combining us with this vendor is really good. It really demonstrates our leadership position in the ESG agenda, and it also helps them position their agenda to their shareholders and customers, as well as their wider market. So it's definitely something we play in.
Moving back to metals a little bit, with the ongoing energy transition that we're seeing, Metals demands are extreme these days and are only going to get more extreme, particularly those that help to enable the energy transition and EVs, solar panels, wind generation, et cetera. I assume that Brady's seeing a lot of inbound interest these days on the metal side. Would that be a correct assumption?
Oh, absolutely. With the push to lower carbon world, with the result of all these challenges, both financially and technology-wise, as well as the pressure of oil trading due to all the environmental policies, has really pushed the demand on electronic vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
As well as this trading, therefore, that raw materials actually required for the electronic vehicle batteries is becoming more and more of a necessity. So even recently we've heard all the car manufacturers statements saying by 2030 they want 30% of the vehicles globally to be EVs.
Right.
The only challenge with this is that even if you take all the lithium extraction facilities in production, there will still be about a 1 million ton shortage in these metal space. So, Patrick, you and I both know traders love supply and demand pressures because that helps them with to do the trading even more. But to trade, to concentrate successfully, you really require a system to map out the nuances around concentrates trading, and gives you that full transferability. Traders are always more concerned about the sourcing the materials rather than producing them. But the cost at stake is still high with the market volatility and the complex terms, etc., on those contracts. So you really and truly need a system to do that. And this is where Brady is really good. It really helps simplify those complex contract terms in concentrates.
Yeah, and speaking of that, the supply and demand and the kind of the resulting volatility when you've got a bit of a supply shortage, we're seeing volatility in the metals markets extreme these days. It's LME shut down the nickels trading, for instance, when things just got out of hand. What is Brady doing to help their customers kind of cope with current market conditions in terms of volatility? What capabilities are your customers finding really most valuable given this current environment?
Well, Brady actually comes with built-in what-if testing capabilities. So you can run various scenario analysis to really help you understand the impact of these extreme market conditions on both your P&L and your positions. We also help them predict those horrible margin calls in these volatile times, which really helps them make these better decisions around their positions. So that's really and truly where we are helping them, is just to try and predict as much as they can in the future, and therefore they can help move on those positions quicker.
Yeah, yeah. That volatility also extends into the ag markets, given, again, current events and supply chain disruptions. Ag commodities are also seeing similar volatilities, although maybe not as extreme as we saw with nickel. Are you seeing inbound interest on the ag side as well?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We especially around the agriculture cooperative space. They're coming to us to ask how we can help them manage their P&L, as well as the cost control around the physical trader side of the agricultural products, especially when they have land, sea, as well as air deliveries. So they really want to understand that. And the key for them as well is around storage increments, washout and circle, as well as the final invoice content analysis. They need that automatically calculated. And that's where Brady product really helps them on that, because everything is automatic within the system. So that really helps these co-ops get a real accurate global daily position of where they are on their trade life cycle.
Well, great. We're running out of time, I think, but I do want to find out what's next from your perspective. What's on the agenda for Brady in terms of new capabilities, new developments, new initiatives?
Yeah. So we're really and truly, like as you mentioned early on, like locking down in the ag space. We really want to help our customers more in understanding that global P&L daily position, understanding their cost control. So while the volatility is high in that ag space, we definitely will continue pushing and helping our customers in that space. We've seen a lot of demand in the concentrate space. So really and truly pushing that out with our CM product, because that to us, we see them going hand in hand. So really helping our concentrates customers, but also our metals customers who want to go into concentrates trading, because that's also really crucial. And then really and truly just making sure that the products stay stable in these weird times of trading, So the volatility is so high, so we need to make sure that the system's always available, always ready, because these are mission critical systems, and anything being down at any time is a massive problem for our customers.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, Tasha, I appreciate the time. It's been great catching up with you as always, and I look forward to our next conversation.
Excellent. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. So that's it for us today on this episode of Conversations with Leaders in CTRM Technology. For additional videos like this, please visit the ctrmcenter.com, or you can also visit our corporate website at comtechadvisory.com, where you can also find our podcast, CTRM Radio. Thanks for watching.